Before we make our Fountain of Youth Moroccan Beldi face soap, we start with the plant. This is spilanthes growing outside here at High Thyme FARMacy. We pick it, dry it, and infuse it with olive oil to create our spilanthes-infused olive oil. This is the first ingredient in our Beldi face soap. So today, we're showing you how we make it from scratch, from the infused oil, to the scale, to the crock pot, to the finished product. One quick safety note before we get started. In this video, we're not wearing all the protective gear you should wear when making soap. Safe soap making practices include gloves, eye protection, long sleeves, etc. So treat this as a behind the scenes teaching video, not the safety example.
1 pound. No, you're
Now that the spilanthes has been infused and strained, this becomes the first ingredient in our Beldi face soap. We're doubling the original recipe, so we added 16 ounces. Next, we're going to measure out 10.6 ounces of coconut oil. We're measuring it by weight because soap making is chemistry. Even if a recipe looks simple, the measurements matter. Every batch starts with the scale. We add the coconut oil to the crock pot with the spilanthes-infused olive oil. Your crock pot should be on high. Next, we're going to add 2.2 ounces of castor oil. Castor oil helps give the Beldi a creamy feel, good slip, and a rich lather. Now we're adding 1.6 ounces of mango butter. Mango butter adds a creamy richness to the recipe and helps make the Beldi feel more nourishing on the skin. Beldi soap is different from regular bar soap. It's a soft, creamy soap, traditionally made with olive oil and macerated olives, then cooked down into a rich paste. For our recipe, we're using spilanthes-infused olive oil, but no actual olives. Handmade soap bars are usually made using the cold process method and take weeks to cure. Beldi is a hot process soap. It's cooked with heat to speed up saponification and turn the mixture into usable soap much faster. We add 1.6 ounces of sunflower oil. Sunflower oil adds a light, conditioning feel to the recipe without making it feel too heavy.
that's okay.
The last ingredient for the oil phase is 8 ounces of glycerin. Glycerin is a humectant, which means it helps attract moisture to the skin.
Fun.
We're going to let everything melt together, leaving the crock pot on high while we get our water phase ingredients together. For this next phase, we're using potassium hydroxide, also known as KOH, and apple cider vinegar. The base of this cleanser is olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and lye. The lye is what transforms the oil into soap, and once the soap making process is complete, there is no active lye left in the finished cleanser. Since we're making a soft paste style soap, we're using potassium hydroxide instead of sodium hydroxide. We're going to measure 14.4 ounces of apple cider vinegar. We're using apple cider vinegar with the mother. It helps with the overall feel and finish of the cleanser. Now we're going to measure 7.8 ounces of potassium hydroxide. That's your lye. Quick safety reminder before we mix the lye. I did put gloves on at this point, but gloves are only one part of lye safety. You also want eye protection, a face mask or respirator when measuring dry lye, and really good ventilation. Even though we've made soap many times, the lye powder still made me choke when we were measuring it. So please don't get casual with this part. Lye deserves respect every single time. Mix the apple cider vinegar and potassium hydroxide until dissolved. Because lye can release strong fumes when it hits liquid, we take this part outside and mix it in fresh air. And one of the biggest soap making safety rules is always add the lye to the liquid. Never pour liquid into the lye. Adding liquid to dry lye can cause a sudden violent reaction, splashing, bubbling, or overheating. So, go slow, stir carefully, and always pour the lye into the liquid. We check to make sure our oils are melted, then add the lye mixture to the oils in the crock pot. Now we're stick blending to trace. That just means we're blending the oils and lye solution together until they fully emulsify and start to thicken. You'll know you're at trace when the mixture leaves a little trail on the surface before sinking back in.
Trace. That is a trace. If you ever wondered what trace looked like, that's it.
Nice.
That's a light trace.
Once the mixture reaches trace, you're going to leave the crock pot on high and stick blend every 10 minutes or so until the soap looks like Vaseline. Sometimes this happens fast and sometimes it takes forever. Every batch is different. As it cooks, the mixture changes from thin and separate into a thick, rich soap paste. This is the part where patience matters. You can't rush it. You just have to keep working with it until it becomes what it's supposed to be. Once everything starts coming together, the texture begins to change. At first, it may not look like much. It can look thin, separated, or a little strange, but as it heats and cooks, it starts thickening into that soft, Beldi-style soap paste. This is our favorite part, watching it go from something that looks like it might never come together into this glossy, pudding-like paste. It gets thicker, smoother, and more soap-like as it cooks. This is also where people sometimes think a batch has gone wrong, but Beldi has its own personality. It's not supposed to look like a regular soap batter. It's supposed to be soft, dense, and almost buttery. We're looking for that glossy, almost translucent Vaseline-like texture. While we're waiting, we'll go ahead and measure our superfats to be added after cook. We're going to start with 5 ounces of apricot kernel oil. Apricot kernel oil is a lightweight, skin softening oil that adds a gentle, silky feel to the recipe. Next, we're going to measure out 3 ounces of jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is actually a liquid wax that's very similar to the skin's natural oils, so it adds a light, balanced, skin-friendly feel to the recipe. Now we're going to add 2 ounces of argan oil. Argan oil adds a rich, silky feel and a little luxury to the recipe. It's naturally high in fatty acids and vitamin E, and it helps the finished cleanser feel more nourishing, smooth, and soft on the skin. and 2 ounces of babasu oil. Babasu brings a light, silky cleansing feel to the recipe.
Wait on the rose.
We're waiting to add the rosehip seed oil to the
It's so
superfats to be added after cooked because it is more heat sensitive.
Cool down.
After the Beldi has reached the Vaseline stage, we usually let it cook just a little longer to be sure.
Looks Vaseline-y to me, doesn't it? To you.
That's about right.
I usually let it go just a little bit longer to be sure. We'll test it soon. Go for it. Come back. Is it zappy?
Not zappy.
Soapy.
Soapy. Touch your tongue to the soap to see if it zaps. If it doesn't zap and it just tastes like soap, use little to wash your hands.
You got bubbles. Hold your hands up.
If it lathers well and doesn't zap, it's done.
Gotta let that cool down a little bit.
Add the superfats in the after cook list. Stir and stick blend to get these well blended into the soap. Let the soap cool to about 100 degrees. In the meantime, we're going to mix 1.8 ounces of glycerin, 1.8 ounces of sodium lactate, and 3.6 ounces of DL-panthenol until the DL-panthenol is dissolved. DL-panthenol, also known as provitamin B5, is added for that soft, conditioned skin feel. It helps the Beldi feel more soothing and hydrating and supports that smooth, comfortable finish after rinsing. Let's go ahead and measure our essential oils. We clean with rubbing alcohol to help sanitize the work area, tools, and containers. It helps reduce germs and keeps the batch cleaner from start to finish. Two ounces of Bulgarian lavender. 1 ounce of dark patchouli. And 1 ounce of frankincense. We're almost down to 100 degrees. So let's add our 1 ounce of rosehip oil and stick blend until well blended into the soap. Now let's add the DL-panthenol mixture and essential oils. Stick blend until well blended. Pour into containers of your choice. If you love seeing how real handmade skincare is made, follow along with us at High Thyme FARMacy. This is the slow, messy, beautiful part most people never get to see.